Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those in between. Welcome to this week's episode of The N-Word, where it's not neuroplasticity, it's nerd. Wow. And the reason why I chose neuroplasticity this time was because Tony and I have not been sleeping very well as of late, and have been working our asses off to the literal sense. And one of the things about neuroplasticity is if you get rest, your brain can repair itself. Ours has not done that, and now we are recording, so enjoy!
Yay! Join Lumosity.com.
And this week, as
it improves neuroplasticity, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right.
That's what the commercials say.
Yeah, right. It does. No. So this week, not only am I the keeper of topics, but I am also your host, Brennan, the Falcon Sheets.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm your not host, Little Arco.
I'm your not host, John the Slut Arco.
John the Slut Arco.
If he says the Falcon, I have to say the Slut.
Okay,
That's true.
And I'm your not host, Edward St. Albanroom.
And tonight we are joined by a very special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Special guest.
3 of the 4 of us know you from our place of employment, or at least one of them.
I'm Nicole. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
She is a animated Japanese girl.
She comes with her own set of tentacles.
Oh, we went that far.
That's why he's the slice.
I see.
So did you want to introduce yourself at all? Give some nerdy background about your... Focus, boys. Focus.
Keep going.
Focus on me.
I'm focusing.
Focus on me, okay?
We're focusing.
We're focusing.
We're focusing.
Introduce your nerdy background. Give us a little brief bio about yourself.
I'm 25. I guess that's a good place to start age. Nerdy
You're not the eldest one here, so congratulations.
Awesome. That's always awesome.
Don't be groaning.
Nerdy background. I don't know. I like to read a lot. I read everything. Comic books, novels. I like cartoons.
It's good. Read everything.
Yes.
Absorb
Yes.
all
Everything.
the information.
Unlike Edward, who does not enjoy reading.
I bought a book the other day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you read it?
No.
I bought it.
Need to because it is Grace Helbig's The Art of Pretending to be an Adult.
Oh, okay.
And
they
love
say
Grace
buying
Helbig.
is the first step, so congratulations.
Yeah. So, and I love Grace Helbig. She's like my favorite YouTuber of the month.
To be fair, Edward has the most interesting book, in my opinion, out of all of us. You've got the one book.
What is
That
it?
he's
The S?
writing, that he's read.
S.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
Yes, we did, but I'm just saying, you have the most interesting book out of all of us.
I should let you read it.
Yes,
because you'd get more use out of it than I have.
I'm about to finish 2 books that I'm on, so yes, please.
All right. Well, we've got some reading lists going on. We shall include some in the website.
Aye.
Recommendations from your nerds. And first topic we have is from one of our listeners.
It's like Oprah's book club, but nerdy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to butt
You
in.
get a book. You get a book. And fucking all these people die. Books with actual facts.
Where facts aren't fun.
Well, fiction
Says
is
the
also
scientist.
Says someone who follows empirical data. So anyways, our first question of the night is brought to us by Ken Lord, which is, what music do you jam out to while you video game? We will start this with Edward.
Oh. Okay.
And the best answer gets 5 points. None of the points matter. I'm tallying them up, and the winner gets a prize.
So first of all, I don't listen to the in-game music. Fuck that.
The what?
In-game music.
Oh,
in-game
in-game
music.
I heard,
Don't
like
Starve, Minecraft. It always comes with your own. But it just repeats.
With some
every
games you're
fucking
missing
game.
out.
Sometimes, I listen to it for a little bit.
Okay.
But
Give
I
it a
can't.
chance.
It's hard for me to focus a lot of the time with music playing. I know a lot of people like to read or like to write or do projects while listening to music, and I can't do that. I have to be silent enough that I can hear my own thoughts. But when I do want to zone out and just like fuck around on Minecraft, I have a playlist that I've created on iTunes of just like the 100 of my favorite songs. And it just
Give us
shuffles.
genre information, toss out some bands.
Well, it's the typical Edward music. It's girly indie music.
So Angry Skater
Regina
Girls.
Regina Spektor.
Regina.
Pink.
I love Regina. Pink has a new album that I've been listening to. Pink is fabulous.
I was into Pink when she was first coming out.
When she was
Hipster.
R&B, or when she was first into the pop scene?
Pop scene.
I was into Pink Would
Traitor.
Choose Fuchsia.
Wait,
I'm gonna stab you with
what
the
year was
throat.
which?
Oh my gosh, she used to be an R&B.
Oh no, that's right. That's right. No, I
She
totally
started out as an
remember that.
R&B artist.
And she,
Big
well,
Witch
and
was
she was
a
kind of like
lavender town.
underground at
Yes,
first
she
for a
was.
while.
For
No,
one very
okay,
long time.
because I remember
before she
I,
did.
I remember hearing about Pink, hearing some of the music, and then like 2 years went by, and I'm like, wait, is this the same person? Because like,
Yeah, nobody
It's
started
kinda
listening to her
switched
until
up.
she did "Let's Get This Party
Yeah.
Started."
Yeah.
That's when everybody
and
listened.
now I've been listening to You Plus Me, which is a new duo that she has with Dallas Green,
oh okay,
and it's a folk
That's intriguing.
album.
No kidding.
She has her own folk album out right now, and I've been listening to that nonstop. And I'm the type of person that will listen to the same song over and over and over.
Did you hear her sing "Over the Rainbow"?
No.
Oh, it was. She was presenting the award for. It was something to do with Wizard of the Oz. I don't know if it was the song itself, the singer, or what it was, but she was presenting it to Dorothy's children,
Right.
and she sang it as a tribute.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
And like, Wizard of Oz was one of my first introductions into musicals.
Mm-hmm.
My mom tried to get me to be a proper gay, introduced me to musicals, taught me a little bit about fashion. I know how to do laundry. I know how to sew my own clothes. I know how to, stitch things up if needed.
Sew with a sewing machine or by hand?
Both.
Very good.
Very good.
I'm
I don't know
a
how to do
Small
that.
Asian
I
children
haven't
from
used a
mine.
sewing machine since like 2006.
That's okay. I figured I was too.
And for me,
stupid to use
I
that
was
one,
16.
So I, have a
I was
computer.
11.
Yeah. So you laugh and you're like, ha ha ha! I was learning how to use a Game Boy.
16 in 2006? You were 18.
They don't need to know that.
I've been drinking. I lie about my age.
Okay,
I was
but
the
yeah,
same age.
But that's enough,
yeah,
enough of what I listen to.
Came out.
What do you guys do? What do you guys listen to when you play video games? Do you listen to music when you play video
We'll
games?
go to Nicole next because she's in the next position.
Oh gosh. I actually it depends on my mood and what game I'm playing. I actually really do
That's-
like a lot of rock music. So
What kind of rock? Classic rock, alternative rock,
It
punk
depends
rock?
on the mood. I can go anywhere from AC/DC to Queen to Korn, System of a Down, Static X.
All right, you guys can't see this
Mushroom
right now,
Head.
but I am moving past the Arco brothers to hug this woman.
Oh, this
lovely. Okay, continue.
I like Linkin Park, and then I have if I'm. If
I'd
I'm
go
playing
back for a
role-
second and hug, but this one's just gonna
Sit
be in
down.
spirit because that's
If-
too far away.
If I'm playing a role-playing game, more often than not, I might do like Regina Spektor or Pink. It kind
Right.
of depends on where I am in the game and what I'm doing. So I can't really.
That's
give you
very
a
fair.
Concrete answer.
John?
If I've played the game before, I will listen to music. If this is the first time through, I will not.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I know Ken Lord has hated on this on the Facebook page before, but Alien Isolation has a phenomenal score in the game. So much that I kind of had a nervous breakdown while playing it.
That's not
But that's the
difficult
thing, though.
for you,
You
but
can't
continue.
listen to other music when you're playing a horror game because
Yeah.
the horror aspect is half the sound
Mm.
of the intensity and the binaural.
And some games you need the sound.
Yes.
Be
Yeah.
like, I hear a thing. That's actually a thing.
I have
Fuck.
to respond to it.
Yeah.
So if I've played the game before and I'm just playing it to play it like I'm playing Borderlands for the umpteenth time.
That's not
I-
a number.
The
I'm a scientist. It's okay. It's a number.
Oh, shut
It's
up.
funny, the nth time. The nth.
The nth time.
Power to the end. All right.
The nth time, I usually put like a TV show on, and we'll kind of listen / watch it. And usually, I don't really listen to music when I'm playing video games. It's usually when I'm writing, and then at that point, it's just YouTube artists doing a cappella covers of other songs.
Oh yeah, I've listened to too many of the acapella YouTube covers.
Okay.
Too
Well,
much.
honey.
Some of the games I played, like, I love their soundtrack so much that I'll just listen to that music. Like, Sins of a Solar Empire has a really nice score. It's a really, really big space RTS game when you have, like, over 600 ships engaged in a battle with another over 600 ships, and it's, like,
it's a hoot.
epic music in the background. It's fucking great. Mass Effect has a great
We're going to
soundtrack.
talk about the Chinese.
But, like, I do this a lot with Minecraft.
She got it.
When I binge play Minecraft, I listen to my most favorite orchestra in the world, because you can't really call them a band.
Okay,
Two Steps from Hell.
That's what I've been. Okay, that's what
I
I
was
was
going
going
to
to
say
say.
Blue Oyster Cult.
You're the only person that I know that listens to instrumental only, but like orchestrated, epic music.
Because I'm a badass.
It's
He
so
drives
weird.
to it.
No,
And it's terrifying.
I have it on my my iPod's got plenty of it as well, so I feel you on that.
I don't hate you for it, but it's super weird. Okay, cool. Just glad we got past that.
Okay.
Well, so not to be one of those people where I'm like, I agree with everyone, because I don't, because people are
We
usually
know.
wrong. Right. Fuck you all. You cause so many arguments. It's true. Nicole, you win the most points because I'm right there with you. And one of the first things she said when she walked in, she's like, Linkin Park, boom, love it. I was like, we're gonna be alright. We're gonna get along. Definitely love my 80s and 90s like classic rock, alternative rock. Grew up listening to Queen, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. Like my parents taught me ZZ Top, absolutely, Deadhead. My parents they came from different musical backgrounds as far as just listening wise. My dad mostly just listens to country now, but back in the day they listened to all the old albums, current albums at the time, and they passed that on to me. My parents introduced me to Bob Marley.
Nice.
Which was ironic since my dad stole my weed while listening to my Bob Marley on my iPod. And I was like, man, turn of events, did not see that coming. But I definitely agree with Nicole the most. It all depends on my current emotion. Not always necessarily like what the game vibe is. Because like I've been playing Arkham Origins, Batman. And also Injustice.
Batman again.
Well, Batman's in there. Multiple variations of Batman is in there.
You've ruined that game for me.
Because I
Even
keep
though I've
doing that.
never played it before.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt, but I was playing Injustice, the like Ultimate Edition or whatever, in Boulder on Saturday.
What are the game? I don't have the Ultimate
game.
Edition because I'm poor.
Well, and it had all the characters, and then my friend had a bunch of all the costumes unlocked. The Blackest Night was a lot of costumes for the heroes, which is when they're zombies.
Right.
Ooh.
I have Blackest Night zombie version of Batman on the iOS, little phone type version, but not on the console.
Oh, okay.
But I do both because you unlock different things by doing both. But I'm definitely one of those like, this is my mood. I need to whoop some ass, so like, let's toss on some AC/DC, Highway to Hell, like that. Let's rock it out. That's how I got home today because I was stuck in gridlock traffic. Just tossed on AC/DC and just cranked it up, and I'm like, motherfuckers.
As a side note, I've used AC/DC as a weapon against people. I used to work at Planned Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
So when I would drive by protesters, I would blare like Highway to Hell or Hell's Bells, and it would antagonize them because we're bound by contract not to speak to them.
Right.
If we speak to them, we lose our job. So if they were actually there before I got there, because I was the one who opened the building for everyone, then I would just drive by, like go super slow, and like Highway to Hell or Hell's Bells, or even I'd do something a little bit more modern, and I'd do like Apocalyptica, and I'm not Jesus, and that would really antagonize them. They'd usually yell, "God will not be mocked." And I was like, I don't know about that. I'm doing a really good job right now.
God's been mocked for many years. I don't care
It's like,
what religion you believe in. Your God's been mocked, and if a variation of God or goddess does exist, they have to have a sense of humor. Look how sex it gets done. I mean, come on. If there is some, and I personally don't necessarily prescribe to that form of belief, but if there is, they have to have a sense of humor, and I'm pretty certain they're either a woman or a gay man. I'm sorry, look at our sunsets, look at our natural landscapes. There's no way a heterosexual male is the one responsible for that.
I'm quite certain that that Glozell is essentially God.
I always thought it was before
I
I
don't even
became
know who that is in that.
I immediately went to
reference.
the Cinnamon Challenge video, which is just like,
Hey, topic keeper, steer us away from this car.
Alright, so focusing back on, I always thought God was a lesbian when I was a Catholic. But back to order of belief.
Wait, did you
Ken.
say you're a lesbian?
No. God. Focus. So
No,
Ken,
we can't keep.
Oh,
focus.
Host, please help us.
All right. So Ken, comment on who you felt deserved the most points. I'm giving the most points to Nicole. She gets 20,000 right now.
Excellent question, though, Ken.
Shut
Thank
up.
you. Keep them coming.
Oh, okay. I thought you were steering us off topic.
He's your friend.
I'm trying to keep us on topic, and I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, Ken, I love that you keep on commenting. Keep it up. We will have you as a guest at some point. I know I have to go pick you up and then bring you here, though. So that could be a little complicated, but we'll sort that out. So, next topic. This topic is for Nicole and Edward mostly, but it does work for you guys. I'll attach all parts necessary. Nerdy jocks. So, basically, people who are both intellectual and athletic.
Okay.
It's 5%.
Wait,
So
why
that's-
is it a question for
Yeah,
me?
and me.
I'm
Do you find them attractive?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
okay.
like,
What is your
I was
opinion?
gonna- I was
literally
gonna
asking
say,
the worst possible person about sports and
No,
athletic.
I didn't mean like, you're a nerdy jock. No, that's not
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm saying.
oh yeah. I have a fitness record. In fact, I actually have a fitness record at Dakota Ridge High School.
Really?
Yes. The last person who broke the record was in 2006, and I beat his record by 2 whole seconds. And it was the dot drill, that one where you have
So
like
the last
5
person was when John and I graduated high school.
Yeah. And
Stop saying how old we are.
the dot. It was like you just like jump and do weird formations on the thing, and I did it 2 seconds faster than the last guy.
You
and
did
now-
drill exercises.
Yeah, I did.
Was it a ladder?
Best at the what?
Was it?
Is this
Did it look like a ladder?
No.
Please never do this again.
In sweatpants, nonetheless.
You refer to it as
If it looks like a ladder,
on
you
top
need to
of it.
seek
I
medical
didn't
attention
refer
right
to it as
away.
Jacobs,
Yeah,
It was just
Jacob's
a
ladder.
I'm not okay, but
Bolts along
in
the
the
Focusing.
attractive sense to jock nerds, nerdy jocks, I'm not attracted to the jock part. I'm attracted to the intellectual part.
That makes sense.
That's the
Sit your
more
ass down,
attractive
slut.
part to me.
You're attracted to the parts with parts.
Shut up.
My response would be I'm attracted to both because I like to have. There's brain sex. I love to have brain sex. An intellectual
Skull,
conversation
yeah.
with someone is amazing. But at the same time, I mean, I have 2 toddlers now, so I'm kind of restricting what I do. But I used to be really active. I used to go rock climbing, hiking. So if I could have somebody who was at the intellectual level that I wanted, as well as doing all of that with me, I would have probably been really happy.
Okay.
Because I like to. I mean, I volunteered at a wolf sanctuary, so I'm relatively active.
Athletic and nerdy. Go.
Yes.
Yes. Check in both boxes.
Oh, yeah.
You had to ask the person who identified himself as
Right.
a slut.
That's
question.
why I made the question.
Okay.
That's why I phrased it as a yes or no question.
I did not identify myself as a slut. He has been identifying me as a slut for
Okay.
13 episodes
Well, I've heard you've
before
had
this.
harem, so I don't know.
And
Okay.
you have been
That's
living
multiple
up
people.
to the name.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay.
It's
so
been like
since
9
since
episodes, 10
and
episodes.
How many different people? How
Okay.
many different people?
In
since
the
we
run
started?
in the run of this show, I've kissed 3 people.
What? Wait, I'm confused. What did you just say?
Kissed.
Kissed. Fooled around with one of them.
One of them was me.
No.
What's
Edward, you're not supposed to tell them.
Don't be afraid of
be-
telling our friends and the 4 people that listen to this. Glenn Close, Viggo
I
Mortensen.
listen.
Oh yeah, so you, Viggo Mortensen, Glenn Close,
Snoop Dogg.
Lion,
Snoop
and,
Lion.
Oh, is he a
Snoop
lion again?
Lion.
Uh,
That's he changed his name.
Ken
Again?
Wood.
Yeah.
I thought he went back to dog.
Did he?
He went lion, and then there was
This
like a
is- this
cub
is
and a
called
puppy,
deflecting.
and then he went back to dog or something.
This is
I
called
don't know.
deflecting. John is deflecting from answering.
Right.
Okay, so
Focus, John.
There was the lawyer that we edited
The lawyer.
that thing about. in
The
first
lawyer,
one.
the
Always.
the
Eskimo.
lawyer that we edited out of the
No, the
Oh
Eskimo
yeah,
was before the
episode.
because
show.
I said
The Eskimo was before the
I said
show.
a thing.
Okay.
And then there was
If you say
The-
troll, you'll have
emo.
to switch places
No.
with Robert.
there was the vodka night with a friend of mine from the zoo, which I felt that we used to work at the zoo, and I felt really bad.
Hey Louis for my vodka.
So
And
the point is, he has to think about it.
No, I know each of
The
their
rest
names.
of us nerds, well, yeah, but one.
I know
Yes.
all the names.
You
What?
only know one name out of all of them?
No. I mean, I've been with one person since the recording of the Nerd
I
World.
haven't slept with anyone.
I have done absolutely
I'm
nothing.
I'm confused.
That's
Before the
right.
show.
So is he.
I Snapchatted a guy once.
Nice.
Yes, on the
That's
show.
like third base in nerd level.
Snapchat.
I
See
saw a
them in
girl
motion selfies. That's
from 30 feet away.
At the zoo.
Yeah, and I didn't talk to her. I've done nothing since
She
the
was
show
really
You asked
started.
her for a spoon.
That was before the show started.
You watch the zebras
big or
have
a
sex
little
at the
one?
zoo. That counts,
Man,
right?
they
Who
reproduce
is a
like
slut?
fucking bunny rabbits. They fuck so much, and they're so loud, and they're just like.
Fuck us. Okay. So, anyways, nerdy jocks, go. Do you prefer athletic or more intellectual, or do you like?
No,
a
wait. I'm gonna
combination of
answer
two?
this for him. It's based on the personality. That's what he
So
said.
it's like,
Last episode.
if they
With
take
that
off
other
their
question.
clothes for me, that'd be great.
What?
Actually, at this
No.
point,
Let him answer the question.
No, go.
Yeah, 75% of it is personality.
Oh my god.
The other 25% is
If
they'll
they
get
have,
naked
like-
for
His
you.
nipples.
If they have like tentacles coming out of their fucking face, then I'm just gonna say no, it's not.
I mean, you never know what they can do with that.
No,
Just
you know what? Honestly, if they had tentacles coming out of their face, I'd be like,
If they have
let's
tentacles, they
go.
probably have
I'd
a
be
face.
curious. I'd be like,
Because obviously
I wanna
this is a
see-
once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right. I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah, with
With
the
a tentacle
tentacles.
face, yeah.
I'm not gonna turn it down.
You gotta try it at least.
I'm gonna
once.
do it
It's
to
like
say
sushi,
that I
John.
did it.
Okay.
Think about it.
Okay.
If you had
Bucket
never
list.
agreed to
Bucket
try
list.
Bucket
sushi,
list. Didn't know it was on my bucket list until
Yes, didn't know you
But
would
I
have
wasn't
right.
like, let's get this
But there you
unagi
go.
on my penis. No.
I mean, they have that in Japan. You can eat it off of another penis or a vagina, whatever you prefer.
Please get us away from this.
Next
So
topic.
please.
Focusing on me. Personally, Nerdy Jock is basically like the epitome of what I am ideally looking for. Like that good combination between a very intellectual person who can carry on an actual articulate conversation combined with somebody who can actually carry their own weight if the shit goes down. So that's why I kind of
someone
brought it
you
up.
want to survive the zombie apocalypse with.
Precisely. You never know what kind of
That
shit's
is a
going to
perfect
happen.
answer to anything.
Yes.
And you have to have your zombie prep team. I'm the carpenter in John's team. I'm the badass in everyone else's team. John just has not yet to realize my full capabilities. So,
I do.
going on.
Your arm candy.
Come
John
here, honey.
wanted to talk about him being a racist.
What?
Oh yeah, you wanted
You said
to talk
racism.
about being a racist? What?
When?
What?
You said topic
bastard.
racism.
A lot of Johns are racist.
It's true.
No, that was like
Especially
2 or 3
the
weeks
Smiths.
ago. I don't remember.
Especially.
Okay. All right. So
Can
racism
we switch that with
off the table.
with highway?
No, that's on here.
Can we talk about highway now?
Okay, we're going to highway now. And we talked about the highway to hell, so we'll talk about your highway.
Okay, real quick. I was driving
Which is not to heaven. trust
this
me.
weekend. I was driving on the highway to meet Brennan at the zoo to do some quick training.
Is that what was going on?
Yes.
When was
And
that?
Saturday.
How long ago was that?
That's 2 days ago.
Huh. Are you sure?
Brennan's very tired. Yes.
Yeah.
Brennan hasn't slept since then?
So I
Well,
was
no, I had 5 hours that day.
yeah.
After.
After the train.
Yeah.
I was driving on the highway and I was like, oh, I don't need to pay attention. I'm on the highway. So I was looking at
Oh
That's
wait.
the best
And you
ever.
ended up in Boulder?
No. So I was looking at the other cars
So
on the
have
highway and I was
Boulder
like,
John Highway.
hey.
No worse, Lafayette.
And I was like, oh, this car is a horse trailer. That's cool. And then
Wow.
there was like an ear that pointed out, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look like a horse ear. That's got like fur and stuff on it. Oh, maybe it's one of those fancy like clock horses or something, whatever. And then I keep looking at it. And
Where do you work again?
The zoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Just
then,
checking.
and then I'm looking at this, and a nose pops out. It is not a horse nose.
What
It's a
describes the
chupacabra?
nose?
The nose was the kind of nose you'd find on the end of a bear.
Oh my god.
Wow.
There were 2 black bears in the back of this in this horse trailer
You should have
on
wrecked
the
that
highway.
trailer.
So
should've
it
wrecked
was
the
for the
trailer.
Russians talk show.
You should have wrecked
Gotcha.
Bear cavalry.
I was just about to
Bear
say.
cavalry!
Russians.
There was 2 black bears because there was like a partition in the middle, and there was a bear in front and a bear in back.
And you didn't wreck the trailer.
No.
You're a bad person.
I kind of like
That's
the
how I
polar
like
bears
it.
or the Latino bears, so if you see any.
Yeah, he's not
I
into
mean-
the black bears. I mean,
Brown bears.
any color of bear is
Cardinal
really
bears.
fine.
Yes, I saw the nose pop out and I was like, "That's a fucking bear." Texting the nerd word.
You're on the highway. Don't text and drive when you're on the highway.
I know.
Should I get attacked by the bears?
No, you should take a picture of it.
He texts and drives so much, and it drives me nuts.
That's why I wasn't texting. I was looking at the bears.
Why didn't you wreck the
That's
bear?
not any better.
You just
Yes.
said you texted the nerd word.
I don't like driving with you.
You texted me to let you know you were running late. I responded, where was I?
In the parking lot?
Right. Parked. I was not driving. Because I do not text and drive.
There you go.
So
Do not text and drive.
wait, the example that I'm getting from all of this so far is promiscuity and texting and driving. Awesome example.
Yeah.
John lives on the edge, let me tell you. So what did that have to do with Boulder?
Let's just make fun
Nothing.
of John.
I was on the way.
Two
I went to
episodes.
right. I was going to Boulder after I was doing trading with
And
you
you
for a game
skated
night.
wreck the bear.
The vagina. Got it.
No, there was
The
no vagina.
slut was trying to get some
Proceed.
fish in Boulder. Okay,
Again,
it was
promiscuity.
not. So,
Promiscuity.
we covered
one
many
girl
jobs.
I doubt that. Boulder's a big
So far,
Where I
Nicole's
was.
got 5,800 points. John's got negative 12. Tony's got 5,012.
Fuck yeah!
And Edward's got
Yeah.
4,000. Not 4, sorry.
Okay, I was like, 4.
I cut that off.
Let's not last.
And
That sounds
have,
about life.
I have 10 million, so awesome. Okay, so
Really?
Sarah Silverman.
Okay, what about her?
Who else loves this woman?
Love
Yes.
Sarah Silverman.
Oh my god. She was on the Nerdist, and which, you know,
Please say that out loud. Can we all stop for a
Sarah
second?
Silverman.
Tony would like to know who she is.
I probably know, but I
How
just don't
old
know
are
her
you,
name.
Tony is
20.
not old enough to drink.
I'm
which is
gonna
why he does
pull
not have
up a
big
picture.
boy cup.
I'm pulling up a picture on this computer right now.
You've seen her before, guaranteed.
You see, I've
there's the
seen
Sarah
people before.
Silverman show.
Wasn't she the voice for the little girl in
I have no idea.
Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was actually.
Recognizing
One of the
anything?
few voices. Because when
Yes.
you say voice, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
cartoon.
she looks
I'm
familiar.
like,
Yeah, no, yeah.
She was in A Million Ways to Die in the
That's
West.
a terrible
Right,
photo
yeah.
of her. Don't pull that photo up.
Don't pull that photo up. Well, Sarah, if you're listening, we love you.
Sarah,
She
if
was
you're
on the
listening-
Nerdist, and I wrote it down as a topic along with like 10 other topics, but that was like the only one I really understood why I would write it down because she's awesome.
Yes,
so I
she
just wanted to give a shout out to Sarah Silverman.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
There's your vagina for the day.
the only.
Thank you.
You're
the only
welcome.
like
I would sleep with Sarah Silverman.
That's what
I don't know if I would, because
Which brings us to our next topic. Who would you sleep with of a sex that you are not attracted to?
Ooh. Well, that is tricky.
Well, that's too easy.
Agent Carter. For those of you who have not seen Marvel's Agent Carter,
It's awesome.
the character, the actress, all about it, I would get Agent Carter pregnant.
I highly suggest
would
the
put
show.
babies in her. Oh, she is. I love
want to
her.
fuck this person.
I
The
love.
show is really
I've
good,
always
actually.
been a fan of strong, independent women who are
That's
like,
why.
Who don't need
bitch,
a
I-
man.
I can take on a man twice my size. Like, fuck him up. I suppose that's, what the type of Oedipus complex every male allegedly has is. As a gay man, I don't really, it's like...
No.
Only because my mom's a badass.
Okay.
My mom can take down a man twice her size. She's a tiny little Irish woman. Anyone who knows anything about tiny little Irish women,
They're scary.
especially when they're mixed with Spanish blood, watch out.
It's like I'm gonna
my
cut you
answer
with a
to the
beard.
question, after much deliberation, is Vera Farmiga.
Who?
Do you know who
Okay.
Vera Farmiga is?
No.
Yes.
She, okay, Taissa Farmiga, her little sister, is in American Horror Story.
Yes.
Vera Farmiga was in Up in the Air. She was in, she's in Bates Motel. She's
Yes.
the lead in Bates Motel.
Well, the lead female.
Yeah. And... Sorry,
Tony and I got nothing.
Sorry that I...
Picture.
Here we go.
Picture
Okay.
time! Not
Picture
that.
time.
So, Edward, would you be willing to post the pictures that we are referring to?
Sure.
Fantastic. So, you should be seeing it now.
Bloop. Bloop.
Double
and
bloop.
Vera. This is Vera
Oh,
Farmiga.
I love her. She's a great actress.
She
Okay,
is insane.
Now, not to date myself,
look out.
but when I was
She-
Edward's age, my most predominant females, and I had a plan for it too.
Oh.
I was
wow.
either
The
gonna
Conjuring.
marry-
The Conjuring. The Conjuring. That's
Did
where
it
you'll know her
involve
from.
A van in
Because
like,
she was
because that's not
she was Lorraine Warren
Interesting.
in The Conjuring.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
My plan was I was either going to marry Ellen DeGeneres or Queen Latifah because I believe both of those women are absolutely fantastic.
They're also both lesbians.
Right, which is, ironic. And it worked really well with my plan.
Yeah.
The plan was we
Each
were going to
other's
get this
beard.
super big house. We were going to have
We've talked about this before.
I'm sure, we were going to have a raptor,
Reptar.
This isn't the.
no, not that kind of,
a bird.
falcons,
Rugrats. Thank you.
eagles.
Oh my god. What were you
Hawks.
Yeah,
Did you
talking
know
about birds.
Raptor.
Birds are
Rugrats?
evil.
There's a bunch of Doctor Who stuff in
They're
there.
right up there with the bears.
It's true, but fuck us. Raptors, falcons, such as myself, eagles, hawks. We're going to have a little sanctuary on the property. We're going to have a beautiful stone-style mansion. One of the lesbians would live on one of the side of the houses.
Of course.
I'd live on the other. We'd meet up for brunch, but we'd have our own little things on each swing of the
about
mansion.
Okay, I thought this was
Are
about
you
sex.
adopting? Are you like, yeah, what
We
about
could do
babies?
either
Come
one. We
on.
could do surrogate and be like, hey, you had it
Or you
last
could do, like,
time,
a
your
bottle of
partner...
They
tequila
live
and
together.
fight
Very
bullet?
little
No.
sex is happening.
Right, we could do it that way, just cream of whip.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cream of whip?
I was like 13.
Hey, they still
You
have
just
to
stick
give
it in a blender
their
and,
answers.
But yes, men you would sleep with, John, other than myself.
Or myself.
Or Edward.
Okay, if I had to pick someone that was not in the
Or
nerd
Tony.
word, no. Just because I'm from Georgia.
No.
I'm sorry.
It was
who's
process.
the- not involved. But
This is
continue.
not supernatural.
Continue. Fan fiction. Just to clarify.
Nathan Fillion or David Tennant.
Absolutely. Well done.
I'm sorry, I
approve.
don't like Nathan Fillion.
We've been over this,
And
You're
I
a
just watched the first episode of Firefly.
which you really liked,
I loved it.
right?
That's the Shining we'll talk about later.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Tony, go. Men. Sleep with. Now. What?
Man, sleep with now. I'm
Don't
sorry.
say the player character from Minecraft. You have to pick someone else.
Because it's based to 75%
I like that.
personality.
I like that blocky ass. Like Hugh Jackman, Brett Reynolds. I'm old. Oh my god. Look at the men I'm picking out. Okay, I'm not that old.
Bach.
Chris Hemsworth.
Well, okay, Bach, yes, but only because of his music.
Not a big fan of the Hemsworths.
Mussolini.
I know.
Not the younger Hemsworth. He's kind of odd.
I have one answer.
He's my least favorite.
But I want
Chris
another one.
is-
Chris
No,
is
he's-
alright.
Chris
He's a
is
fantastic
nice.
Thor.
Yeah.
Loki.
Do we need to ask Nicole while you're thinking?
Don't bring him
Yeah.
up
What?
here.
What about me?
Women you'd sleep with.
I would sleep with the woman who plays Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Natasha Romanoff.
Right when you were like,
Have you
nah,
seen her?
like,
As
no.
Black Widow,
Have you
not
seen
when
her?
she's blonde.
No.
Oh my god, it's incredible. It's
Only
the one with
if she
Joaquin
does the
Phoenix,
Russian
and
accent
she
more.
it
Yes.
plays the voice of the computer that he falls in love with.
I'm pretty sure if I was like a man, I would be a gigantic whore. So I would probably go for like women like
Don't look at
Scarlett
me.
Johansson.
She's
I said nothing. The only problem I had, like, I thought Scarlett Johansson was a great Black Widow. Especially, like, the sassiness where it's like, you've told me everything I need to know. I've told you nothing. No, bitch, I got everything.
That's
Like,
right.
her little sassy attitude with that, totally Black Widow. Disappointed that there's not enough, like, Russian
Yes.
tongue
Yes.
involved.
Which is interesting because she's
Shut up,
actually South
slut.
African.
What?
So she's actually South African. So you
Right!
think she would be
So
able to.
she'd be capable of
doing
the
a
dialect
different-
a little
yeah.
bit easier.
There's
Because
supposed to be
Americans are horrible at doing accents, but everyone else is great at doing an American accent. Don't ask me why, but it works.
There's rumors that there's gonna be a lot more.
Tony, what man
backstory
will you
for
sleep
Black
with?
Widow and
So far,
Actually,
just because
the
I
top
so far.
contender is.
so far, just because it would just be one of those things that are like, hey, I did this.
Mhm.
William Shatner.
That's fair. No,
I would fuck him in the ass
Right.
just so he can go there.
as
Something
as
in
a nerd.
my ass, and he would overact the whole fucking thing. It would be fucking hilarious while I'm fucking him in the ass.
You could have an
Stop
orgasm
with the
and a
graphic
nerdgasm at the same time,
This is
which
a
might cause an
family
implosion.
podcast.
But hey,
Oh,
since when?
Sure.
All right.
Oh,
So that covers topic different kind of sexy.
my god.
All right.
That's
So,
something you can start a
Since
conversation
we talked
with.
about nerdy jobs,
I've fucked William Shatner.
those who we are not
You
necessarily
get stuck
attracted.
with the voice. Sorry.
It's a curse.
Oh my god. That would be horrendous.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. Good job, Ed.
I can't whistle.
I know. So, anyways, we've talked about nerds versus jocks as far as attraction and the combination of the two. Those of we aren't usually attracted to, who we would sleep with. Now let's talk about what our types are considered.
Women.
And so far, Nicole has 21,000 points.
Yes.
Edward has 20,500 points.
Ooh.
John is made up
Close.
to 9 points. Yes! And Tony is at 10,000 points. And I'm at 1 million.
You went down.
You went down.
I know.
He's giving us his points.
I'm gonna keep the point counter.
The
on
math
the
does
video.
not work.
Are you really?
Yes.
Points are distributed. There's only a set amount, and I have to keep it all even. So
The math just
Edward, go.
No, it does not.
I'm sorry. Repeat the question, please.
What's your type, essentially?
My type? Don't start with me. Go backwards.
Okay,
Go
backwards.
him.
We're not starting with
Him.
me because I'm the host, and I have to go last because I can do so. And I just said the points.
Tony, swallow.
We already established he's
are-
Quit grabbing your brother's tit and answer the question.
I did not grab his tit. I
You
grabbed
got my cleavage.
Place your
right
pawn.
central area
Focus.
of the left boob.
Focus on the question.
Okay.
This episode is not about focus.
No, it's not.
No.
I'd say
Opposed to every other
my
episode.
type includes, like I said, personality, someone I can actually have a conversation with.
Define personality. 'Cause personality is like such a band-aid umbrella.
That's
type
like
term.
saying
It's like,
cookie.
I want a
I like
nice
cookies.
person who has a decent job. And it's like, wow, okay.
Cookies with
So
personality.
someone who won't stab you and makes at least minimum wage. Got
There
it.
we go.
So
You have
Which-
to define it a little bit more.
We'll
Add
add
some
some this
parameters.
stabbing. Someone who's not fucking crazy and who's like not
That's fair.
abusive, like shit like that.
okay.
Someone who actually is like a
Kind,
a kind
genuine
human being. Nerdy. I
You
would
can
like
do that
nerdy.
one too if you want.
The table.
He knows what I'm saying. Continue.
He's still.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Someone who cares.
Okay.
It's like, yeah.
Kind-hearted.
Yeah.
As you said earlier, intellectual.
What
carry
if
on
like
conversation. Do you know what your type is?
I want to have fun with the person.
I just wanna have fun.
Whether it be like-
I want to say that the slut is the first one to have chimed in, followed by Edward. Just putting that into the points. Okay. So John, we're getting his personality out of your brother. Talk to us about boobs.
Well,
Okay, all you need is a handful.
Define handful, because you and I have a handful.
Shut up. All you need is a
I always threw
handful.
myself in there too.
Thank you. My type, like we went over last episode, not blonde.
Not blonde.
but someone with a vagina.
As
But
far
it's
as the
specific-
stereotype, or as far as hair color in general?
More stereotype than hair color, because I
Okay.
find there's a couple blondes that are like the right kind of blonde.
Right. They're that sexy, intelligent kind that you didn't see.
It's more like the girl next
Blonde
door
is
kind
more of a
blonde, where it's
personality
more-
trait than a physical characteristic, I
Yeah.
think.
like Jewish.
Slightly, yeah.
What?
The amount of times I've been told, like, people have told me, "Oh, you're Jewish, you know about this," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, sure." What? How can you tell my religion by my appearance? But I don't get it. Okay, I'll. And I'm one of those people where it's like, if somebody tells me I'm something, I will go with it just to appease whatever the fuck is coming at me.
I don't appease anyone. I'm the
Not in a
honest.
sexual way, in a customer service kind of way. Just
Not even in customer
But
service.
if I had to narrow it down, nerdy, intelligent, feisty, and independent.
so you
So
want
personality.
an Italian woman who's about 5'2" and has an IQ of 150. Got it.
Okay.
Nicole.
Are you like keeping a record?
Yes.
Like, is this what this is
he's
all
gonna sign
about?
him up
I'm
at
gonna
Match.com.
set everyone up, and I'm
This
gonna
is
get
what this
you
whole
all
episode's
profiles.
about. My God.
I got you all Christmas presents on dating sites.
On dating sites.
FarmersOnly.com.
Cthulhu Mingle.
I was gonna say.
I'm part of that group on Facebook.
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
Fuckus. Fuckus. Fuckus.
Okay, it's break from personality because personality is a huge factor in a lot of things. Physical attributes. Taller than me. I've Side note, I do have a boyfriend, but he is taller than me, so he does fit that.
We're not saying that you're looking for someone, just what you're attracted to.
Well, you're going to sign everybody up for Match.com, so just...
Right.
Good.
We're going to get a Groupon going.
Right.
That's not what that is.
No, I don't understand.
No.
It's
I have
called
to
the
say,
group
I think I
me.
used to always think that I did like the
coupon.
guys that were taller with like lighter color hair and light eyes, but I've always ended up with guys
Like some type of
the
weird
complete
sex
opposite of that.
Mm.
Like
Orgy
my
day.
boyfriend has dark hair and dark eyes, and he's super tall. And I've always, you know, especially my parents, they always thought I would bring home some like tall, hulking Viking,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought home my baka.
Would that be Thor Green?
Okay.
Baka's more like Loki. He's tall and slender and long black hair, dark eyes. Whereas they always thought I would end up with like Thor. So, I guess physically that's probably what I always thought I was gonna go for.
But you said Viking hulking.
A hulking Viking.
Oh, hulking.
Hulking.
Okay, I heard
But
hulkling.
personality does.
Really tiny
Yeah.
Viking. That's
I
green.
think-
No, hulkling is the actual character.
know,
He's a shapeshifter that is the son of a Kree and a Skrull. Don't make me start.
Brennan's
on the-
comic corner.
Actually, that's coming up later.
Pre-children and my current boyfriend, I couldn't have actually sustained a relationship with anybody that I couldn't have had an intellectual conversation.
That's
Those
fair.
were one night stands.
Right. They're just there to keep their mouths quiet.
Yeah.
So for my answer, I have decided that my type is someone that is not taller than me.
That's
That would be
fair
hard to
because you're
find.
like
Uh-huh.
10 foot
It's hard
tall.
because I'm
Yes, Strider.
yeah, but that's I don't think I could date anyone taller than me though.
It's like
'Cause
98%
that
of the
seems somewhat
population.
intimidating, and I don't like feeling intimidated.
Now, do you
You like-
want smaller or your same height? Because I recently kissed
Same
someone
height
who's
below, right?
Same height or
who's
below.
smaller, and that was interesting.
I'm the same way, and but what my therapist, who I've known since I was like 14, has told me is a way of saying that you to society and people around you that you aren't necessarily a person who likes to be dominated, but you see your partner as an equal more so than
Right.
who's on top of who or whatever.
Right.
Who's on first?
Who's in charge? Who's the boss? We
But
are the
I'm
only ones
also-
who got that
but
reference.
also,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say hipster because
Gross.
someone that is
Have you met Edward?
That's fine.
He wears 2 different color shoes.
No, it's
they don't necessarily need to be independent, but I need them to be able to engage me creatively.
But they thought about
Intellectual
creatively before it was
conversation
cool.
is, I think, to be able to say, do you want to work on this with me, or let's do a project, or let's focus on a thing and watch what the outcome happens to be.
Okay.
That's what I want to be engaged in.
You want an equal partner that you can both build upon with.
Side note, that would be a good side question is, since we all are like talking about the kind of partner that we would like or what we'd look for, what do you look for in your relationship? Equality, or do you like to be the man of the house, or
Is
the
there a
house?
dominating factor? Is there a submissive factor in the type of relationship?
What is it that you seek
What
out?
kind? And gender roles, which is always intriguing, especially giving all of our generations, because we are definitely in the era which gender roles are not as specific as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a 2-income household family. My parents both went to work. My parents both went to school. My parents both went to college. Neither of them finished, but they both went, and they both achieved significantly decent jobs without being able to complete college. But that was also the time where it wasn't. It was more experience than education, and now it's
Right.
like you need the education. We don't care about your experience.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I'm not going to
That's
school.
It
beating me over the
depends.
head.
It depends on the field. It depends on how you get your foot in the door. And the
Absolutely.
biggest thing is who you know and who you blow.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 2 biggest fallacies in life that'll get you through. Just clench and breathe through it, man. That's
know-
the best advice I can
I
give.
just know that I can't. I just said that I don't need them to be independent, but I don't want them to. I don't want to have to hold someone up.
You don't want to have to carry them, but you don't
want
want to
independent
have to.
batteries.
Equality is definitely what.
See, and that's my thing is because it's a difficult thing for me right now because it's like I moved out when I was 16. I was very independent for many years, and now I find myself, for both my own financial reasons and for my family helping me out and me helping them out and all those things, it's more me getting the benefit than them, but still, I'm helping contribute to the family. And I'm still very much independent. I have a job. I have multiple jobs. I even have my own business, which, is just me and two of my cousins. But still, I'm doing things. At the same time, I don't know if I'm attracted to the guy that is attracted to me being 26, living with my parents. Which is a difficult thing to be like...
That's valid.
That's an interesting point.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I explain to you, then you should be like, okay... Those are legitimate reasons to be in that situation. However, I want them to be hesitant, but if they're too hesitant, they're never going to get to know me.
Fortune favors the bold. That's been my motto I've lived up by.
I thought you were going to tell me
eons.
fortune cookies. And
No,
that's not a
fortune
great
favors
dating
Fortune
model.
favors the cookies.
My sister just joined
wants
a dating website
It's not true.
for. My sister just joined a dating website for girls that can't be independent.
Wow, that's
Basically,
Seeking
she was
arrangements?
Seeking arrangements.
Is it like what?
Yes.
SugarDaddies.com?
Sugar daddies,
Yeah,
sugar
basically.
mamas.
I was like, Nikki,
Yes.
what is this new website that you're going on? She goes, oh, it's basically sugar daddies.
Yeah.
Because they'll like pay you.
Go her for admitting that she wants a sugar daddy.
I don't think she knows what she wants.
Can there be a sweet and low daddy?
Sweet
No.
and low? He just gives you money on the side every now and then. Here's a smooch.
Sporadically,
There's
like
50.
every
Or like
6 months.
a Splenda daddy?
Splenda.
Oh, fake sugar?
It'll give you
No.
cancer
No,
later on.
no.
Some might say, Big Daddy.
Oh,
But-
my deck you.
It's been intriguing with me being an elder gay. I've had many.
He's like my teacher.
It's not
went to elders.
more like a bad teacher.
I don't
you
like
know?
to use the word master when referring to Brennan.
Right. Yes. We should not. No.
When you guys talk, you just sit there
especially in my
stroking his beard,
basement.
touching his staff.
I think we're digressing.
No, not the staff.
Focus on me.
No.
Anyways, these guys
Focus
didn't
all over
answer
me.
about the equality or no
I am
equality.
making a Skyrim mod called the Elder Gay Scroll.
The elder
Wow,
gay
we're already at
48
minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
We have 12 minutes.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Well, can you let me finish?
Yes, go right ahead.
So, a lot of things, equality. I want somebody who calls me on my bullshit, but at the same time helps push me to something better.
Well, you
like-
want somebody who can keep up with you.
Right, that is what, that I definitely need. What? I was an athlete growing up. I have high stamina. That is not the point.
Well, yeah, points. The word
Points,
points. I want to know
Yes.
how we're
Yeah,
doing.
he's like,
Okay.
how are we doing?
I feel like I lost points.
So right now we are
Well, they
at
never
40,000
answered.
for Edward, 50,000 for Nicole, John's up to 10, and Tony's up to
You got
20,000.
a point for laughing.
20.
You didn't answer the question.
I don't know yet.
Answer the
We're tied.
So to
High five, C's.
He's like,
we're first going to touch base on insomnia for profit, which essentially is those of you who have insomnia, you should get a security job because apparently you can work any shift you ever want. And yes, we are now 3 days later, or 4, or I lost count on what we are. So, Tony, how are you becoming Willy Wonka and having midget slaves?
Oh God, we really have to talk about this
Wait,
Rapid fire,
Wonka's
rapid
my
fire.
dream
really
role.
quick.
quickly.
So pretty much like
Swallow it and let's go.
Yeah.
so pretty much like 2 days ago, I felt really bad and probably either cracked my tailbone or bruised it
Sacrum.
extremely bad.
Called the sacrum.
So
I'm going to sacrum you in the ass.
your brothers
It's a reverse
Again, the
need
process.
square protection.
That's right.
So yeah, like I can barely fucking walk. And me and my brother were
My
at
exes have had
Starbucks,
that problem too.
and I was just like, you know what, John, I'm going to hire a midget to walk around and massage my ass all day. And then it turned into midget slavery, and then it turned into they'd be really good slaves. Because if you drop something, it'd be like, oh, thank you, Mr. Midget.
That was no
Oh
problem
my
for you to
God.
take up.
They could
It's like
pet your dog.
midgetisms. I don't know.
So you want to become Willy Wonka?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Well, you've got a
oh,
golden
Lord.
ticket and you've lost 10,000 points.
Fuck. Is it the slavery part? I know that's
Yes.
been iffy.
That's a little bit iffy.
Oh.
However, midgets are fantastic, or dwarfs, or little people, whatever you want to call them. And they're super
Hobbits.
fun to throw around.
Hobbits.
If we go back to the whole height thing as far as types, I definitely like a shorter guy because they're easy to.
I'll pay them
Dominate?
in
I think they
adventures.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
myself
since
in
like
this cup.
5 of the other topics have to
Yeah.
do with this, we are now going to Brennan's Comic Book Corner, which everybody loves, or they tune out at this point. I don't care. I don't know. And so, we have a couple of things to talk about on that. We were talking about it before the recording. One of the things, the Age of Ultron. Oh my god. So, Nicole, I want you to touch base first because this was something that we were really talking about before, and this is, probably a big nerdy subject for you.
The casting. I love the casting for it. I love that they have the Scarlet Witch in it, which means they're going to have Quicksilver, which is fabulous time for the Avengers because...
Now, before you continue, one of the themes that they were talking about is for the Age of Ultron, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are not mutants.
They're Inhumans.
They're Inhumans. Inhumans are essentially they're different species of people. They are the missing link. They evolved and they created their own society, which is kind of an Atlantis type society that just kind of said, "Fuck you, you humans are crazy. We are peacing out. We're gonna create a force field and say fuck you and just keep you all out."
Is that their explanation for not being mutants?
Essentially.
They just never say it.
yes.
Okay. Because I know that Quicksilver was in the new X-Men movie.
They're Magneto's
was.
kids.
And he's Magneto's kid, and he alluded to that 1,000 times.
Quicksilver,
Which was awesome.
Scarlet
It was
Witch,
wonderful.
and even Magneto himself and Wolverine are also Avengers.
Yeah.
So
They
the
are.
whole copyright law is kind of a gray area there, which is why I kind of want to touch base on this because there's a couple of things coming out where it has multiple things happening. Wow, things. So Avengers is one of those things where it's adopted different comic book characters from different type of story bank lines. Iron Man is the Batman type character where he's just a rich playboy who created his own. Black Widow.
I would totally
Hawkeye.
be Tony Stark, but I would not be Iron Man. There's a distinct
I would
difference for
totally
me.
do both.
I would be Tony
Oh,
Stark.
be.
I would
Okay,
not
I'm sorry,
be
what?
Iron Man. Distinct difference.
Okay.
I'd do
I
Rocket
think-
Raccoon. I'm just gonna say it right now.
That's it.
All right, that's
his.
Tony's
That's
gay,
his type.
gay one.
He'd go gay for
Not
Rocket.
Bradley Cooper. No. Rocket Raccoon.
I can see it now. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna need that bed, those handcuffs, his dick.
And that eye.
And
Well,
that
yeah,
guy's dick.
Just because I wanted to see it.
I want to see the look on his face when we take it out. What?
What?
That
feel-
could go with so many parts.
But
Anywho.
the casting for Age of Ultron is fantastic. I was saying earlier how I think Mark Ruffalo is the best Bruce Banner that they've had in all of the Hulk anythings.
I am a big fan of Lou Fresno. The original. What?
Frigno.
Frigno, thank you.
Fresno's a town in
I've been drinking
California.
and I haven't slept in 2 days. I will stab you with this pen from this distance.
Oh, it was Fresno.
Is it
That's
Doug?
Fresnov.
I might have said both at one point.
Okay.
But yes,
Casting.
casting is great, and the previous Hulk movies have been such disappointment.
And I feel like they're leading up to
His own
his own
branch off.
which I actually thought I
They-
had
I
a schedule of it on my phone. Did I say?
There have been a couple of schedules that have gone out.
Yes.
The dates have changed, and that happens with anything that you project out for 5 years.
Yes.
Things are going to change because of technology that progresses, because of actors' obligations and commitments that they have leading up to it. A number of different things. Many movies will be like, coming spring of 2012, or what? Oh my god.
Wow!
Whoa,
That seems recent for me.
I honestly think the Hulk is a character. He's a really good supporting character, but in like the movies that we have right now, he's just really difficult to do his own movie.
I think the capability is there, but we haven't had a strong enough actor, and now
Which
we are
we
at
do.
that point where we can get to that. We need strong enough writers.
Yes.
Is the big thing now, and a lot of the Hulk movies has been like, it's such a recognizable character. We can kind of just bullshit our way through, and that's been the problem. Is they're like, we know we will sell enough tickets, we will sell enough movies because it's a recognizable trademark, and they've just leaned too much on that to help. Like, he's been a supporter to help boost the product, not so much as somebody who can help push the product forward just somebody who can help keep it propped up.
And I say kudos to Marvel for Samuel L. Jackson being Nick Fury.
Absolutely. And they designed a lot of the current comic book characters off of Samuel L. Jackson before he became the Nick Fury of Marvel. And he did not know that himself.
Did any of you guys read the new Thor comic book with the female Thor?
Not yet. That was something we touched based on in the previous one because I was like, why are people freaking out? Because Thor's actually also been an alien.
Beta Ray Bill!
Loki has been a woman and had many
children.
Lady Loki is totally a thing. Anyway.
Have you seen Almighty Johnson's?
No.
Not what you think. It's on Sci-Fi. Essentially, Norse gods are reincarnated. They touch base on the gender bending. If you follow Norse religion, all the gods and goddesses bend their gender every now.
All the time.
Absolutely.
I have to say,
speaking of gender bending, couple of like we said before, Agent Carter, Marvel, awesome. I would screw her, have babies with her. I would carry the babies for her and be the stay-at-home dad while she went out and kicked some ass. Also, Ant-Man is coming out. Look for trailers. Age of Ultron. Check it out. Those are some great things.
It's so cool.
Edward, did we want to talk about your OBGS problem?
What?
Your online board game...
Oh, yes!
I was just like, is there something wrong with that?
This is too many letters close to OBGYN. I was like,
I did what? I'm not pregnant, am I?
Am I? Brennan, what have you done?
I mean, my mood swings have been a little off this week.
Surprise episode, Brennan got Edward pregnant.
From far.
Okay,
I stared at him.
I discovered Amazon, which I know.
It's been
I haven't been a part of it. I haven't gotten into the craze. But then I was like, oh, I guess the 15 board games that I have in my car right now
aren't enough.
The number is 15. I need more. And so I was, looking up some games. I was just kind of like browsing.
Did you find the Game of Thrones Monopoly one? Because that's the one that you should get if you do find it.
Ooh. I'm not a big fan of Monopoly. It just ruins friendships.
Ruins lives. But imagine the Game of Thrones one. It would ruin even more lives.
Oh.
Where's my dragons?
More epic level.
I would only play Game of Thrones Monopoly if there's enough woman nipples in it as there was in the show.
Is that all that you've been...
Or penises?
Did you know in the new season that's coming up, Cersei is going to be completely naked?
I don't care about...
Which one, too?
The series, the franchise.
Well, then how are you going to see tits and ass if you don't watch the
Internet. So, focus.
No. Okay, so, this game that I got, I found it, and it's like, there was only a few thousand copies made, and it's not going to be reprinted for a while, because it's basically Betrayal at House on the Hill. And...
How many things are you crossing off?
A lot.
And and it's called Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes.
And it's a bluffing game times 1 million. What you do is everyone takes turns being the sheriff. It's very Robin Hood themed, and it has a very cool art style.
I mean, when you start with the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And
otherwise,
everyone has resource cards on their hand, legal goods and illegal goods. And the illegal goods are more... worth a lot more points, but the legal goods are, legal. And so you have to put some of your resource cards into a little satchel bag and then seal it and give it to the sheriff. And the sheriff interrogates you for 60 seconds or whatever. And you have to go directly to his face and go, "Yes, sir, I only have legal goods in my bag." And then if you're lying, and he opens the bag, then you have to pay him money. And if there's only legal goods in the bag, then he has to pay you money. And so, but you can also make deals. You can say, "Oh, I'll give you some of my chickens if you... don't open up my bag," and the sheriff might be like, "Okay," or the sheriff might be like, "No, fuck that." And so you can make deals. There are no rules about how the interrogation goes.
The Sheriff of Nottingham I grew up on, he would have hung you by your toes and whipped you.
Just saying. I like how you say make deals when you really mean bribery.
Absolutely.
So you can bend on your knees and...
No deal.
This game came out in October.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a very new game, and I'm very, very excited to play it, and hopefully I should get it by our Nerdcation this weekend.
Oh, right. Still don't know if I've actually requested that off yet. Mostly because I started a new location and I don't. I'll figure something out.
Okay.
But focus. One of the things I thought would be a fun thing to do, we're almost there, would be one of the big nerdy things that is currently going on is archery. It's also one of the nerdy things that has been going on for many years. Robin Hood, for example.
Archery?
Archery. Being able to shoot an arrow.
Okay.
I think that would be a
Where
fun
is this going?
I don't know.
group thing to do. We go to a place and
we're gonna
actually
rob the
get
rich.
Field trip?
And then keep it for ourselves.
Yes. We are going to liberate all the animals at the zoo.
Fuck yeah.
And we will ride on elephants with our arrows.
Fuck no.
And Legolas will kill our elephants and we'll
And
die.
is Arco going to be Maid Marian?
Yes.
God damn it.
With the pigtails and all. No, I think one of the fun
what
things...
hair?
Well, you let me finish.
Extensions.
We're gonna pull each individual string.
Edward and I
out
are gay. We have connections to get wigs. Anywho, I think, well, in archery was just one of the things. Medieval type of things, like you were saying with blacksmithery.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of fun things to do would be like touch base onto the older, the elder nerds, and give praise to our nerd sanstory. Swordplay, shields, lances, Renaissance Festival.
LARPing is what I heard as
LARPing.
well.
Lightning bolt.
But I was
I
actually
will
thinking
freely admit that when I went to the
weapons
Renaissance Festival in the summer, I just despised it.
You didn't wear the costume or anything and have fun?
I was in costume. That was the weird thing. Was that I was in costume and it was just hot and all you could do was buy things or not
And
buy things.
You didn't lie to the vendors and say you were another employee to get free stuff? You're
No.
doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You
Actually,
should have totally
no, it's
gone
totally
with
a
us.
thing.
It's just
Really?
like
I scared the
I'm with
royal
Clement
court.
Snots. I'm just their backup. I just need to grab a turkey leg for them really quick. And they're like, oh, here you go.
it was just a
Are
really
Clement's
slow,
not still alive?
not
Just out of
very cool
curiosity?
thing
No?
that wasn't worth the drive up there.
You should have gone with us. We
You should have gone with us. We had a lot of fun.
I have
Tony,
a
I'm
lot of
sure
fun
you
every year
did.
I go.
Tony bought a cloak.
I usually drink a lot of
Yeah.
beer though, so I don't know if that kind of...
Maybe I
Drinking
should go
helps.
next year with you guys.
Yeah, no, totally.
So,
We'll
okay.
go and we'll film it.
But I want the whole point of archery and everything like that was to give us suggestions as well. Things that we can do interactively, videotape, and put onto the webpage. That we
Videotape?
can videotape.
Videotape?
Tape?
Record? Tape?
Oh,
Tape?
Am
Wow.
I showing
Your
my
walker's
age?
in the corner, Brennan.
that's okay.
You want me to replace
It's
the
as
tennis
long as my
balls?
dick- sorry, that got
God.
a little aggressive towards the end
Such
there.
I mean, catch up with the times where you got cassette players. God!
And your 8-track tapes?
If you could send your
We're gonna put it up
vinyl
on the
through
GeoCities
Pony
website.
Express, we will figure out what your answer
I thought it was
is.
smoke signal. I don't know now.
That works too. The natives live next door, actually. So, yes, that is this week's episode of the Nerd Word. Thank you for queuing in, listening in, sharing in, whatever you might be doing.
Next week, I'm hosting.
Next week, Edward's hosting, which is pretty similar to all the previous weeks, as far as intros especially. And a big thank you to Nicole for joining us and
Thanks for
cooking
having
for
me.
us.
Oh, gosh.
Yes,
Yes, it was awesome.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for having me.
But give us comments, emails, likes,
Comment, like, subscribe, all the things.
and
we're done.
tell us what to do next, because we have no idea what we're doing.
Seriously.
Never.
Really.
Really.
Huzzah.
We're just making it up as we go.
Okay, bye!